Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap. I look really red. I got sunburned, a little bit sunburned in the face today. So I'm going to see if this is a little bit better. Ooh, that other angle was not that good. Okay, so this is Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. And I don't know what my fucking problem is, because I keep shooting shit out of order, you know. I switched my Young and the Restless and General Hospital updates, and now I was supposed to do Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I shot one for Vanderpump Rules instead. I think what threw me off was that Vanderpump Rules actually airs on Bravo on Monday nights, and Monday is actually my Real Housewives of Beverly Hills day. So I think there's a little. I think that's kind of where that comes from, But before I talk about that, I do want to talk a little bit about the show that I went to last night, The Spirit of Aloha. And it is this Hawaiian, well actually it's a Polynesian themed show here at the Polynesian Resort at Disney World. And here's the thing. It was just okay. It wasn't that great. It wasn't that bad either. It was just kind of... it played into a couple racial stereotypes, but, you know, it wasn't like it was, like, I don't know. It wasn't as offensive as, like, blackface or anything. It was just something that just made me raise an eyebrow. It wasn't really even offensive. It was just, it was more like, oh, it's not this cheap storytelling. It might just be the show. Maybe this show is not that great. Because let me tell you. Well, first of all, I will give it credit because it's better than the Hawaiian show that we have in California, which is none. Ever since we got rid of the Tahitian Terrace, there has been no show. Ever since it became Aladdin's Oasis, which was a huge fucking flop. I think they're tearing it down, actually, and doing something different with it. I hope so, because it was awful. So I give them credit for that. But here's the thing. Oh, and they did have this one part of the show where they handled all of the islands in Polynesia. They had Hawaii, Tahiti, Samoa, Tonga, New Zealand. The only two they did not have, they didn't have anything from Fiji, and they didn't have anything from Vanuatu. But they had all the others. Okay, so... in the New Zealand section, where they did the poi ball dance, which was like the second to the last number. So I was starting to get a little bit anxious, because the show was 2 hours, which is fine. I mean, that really doesn't seem like that long, except that's what made me think, like, oh, this show isn't that great, because I'm like, what time is it? I need to go to bed. I've got a marathon to run tomorrow. You know what I mean? So I did this, so they did this poi ball routine, and it was kind of cool because their outfits and the poi balls glowed in the dark. So that was kind of very rave-esque. But here's and then they had this guy with this Samoan fire dancing, and I know how he did it, and I could tell you, but I don't know if you would want me to reveal that secret, so I might not. So, anyways, it's not as dangerous as people think. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so in Hawaii, on the island of Oahu, on the North Shore, there is a town called Lae. Now, there's a place called the Polynesian Cultural Center, where they have all of the islands of Polynesia, including Fiji and Vanuatu, discussed, and, you know, it's kind of like Disneyland in the respect that they have all these different lands for the various islands, but instead of like Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, you know, Frontierland, they've got Hawaii, Samoa, Tonga, Fiji, Vanuatu, New Zealand. I mean, and that's pretty cool. Tahiti. So the Tahitian dancers, I gotta say, the Tahitian girls were probably the showgirls of the South Pacific, because they were fucking fierce, and they had these beautiful big headdresses. I mean, the costuming was on point. Like, it was really incredible. Okay, so And the guy that did the fire dance looked just like Dean Phoenix. Like he looked like Dean Phoenix if Dean Phoenix, well, if Dean Phoenix just had darker hair. Like he looked just like Dean Phoenix. It was really crazy. That was messing with my mind. And I got this fierce drink. Hold on, let me see if I can show you. I got this drink in a coconut, and the coconut is carved out like a monkey. How cool is that? That's super cool. That's really cool. That was cool. And the food actually was okay. The food wasn't awful. You know, it was all right. It was okay. But anyways, at the Polynesian Cultural Center, the show that they have at the end, first of all, it's a river show. It's kind of like their own version of Fantasmic. And the poi ball girls there, they don't glow in the dark because the poi balls are on fire and they do the fucking dance and they are phenomenal. And I've seen this exact same dance that this guy did for the Samoan, or is it Tongan? I think it's Samoan fire dance. I've seen it before. I saw it at the Polynesian Cultural Center. So in those instances, I was like, what is being brought to this table? Nothing. And the story, there was a storyline about some girl named Leilani who was moving away, and I didn't get it. I'd rather just see a review with the dancing than have this god-awful story. It was just boring. See, if they cut out all of those bits and they just had the dancing, that would be fine. I actually probably would have enjoyed the show a little more. Oh my god, and this one chick in the show, she looked just like Dorothy Wang. Dorothy Wang is one of the rich kids of Instagram. She was also on that TV show, Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. She has her twin working at the Spirit of Aloha show in Florida. So, I know I spent 7 minutes talking about the Spirit of Aloha, but here's the thing. It was okay. Will I go back and see it? Most likely I'll probably bring my mom when we come back in November. But, you know, is it going to be the highlight of my trip? Not really. Not really, to quote Luann. Okay, so let's talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay, so this was a big deal because, first of all, this was actually a really good episode because it sort of, it gave commentary about the friendship between Erica and Lisa Vanderpump. And I don't even think that Erica knows that she's doing it, but she did throw a little bit of shade at Kyle because Lisa Vanderpump was talking about her Nanny Kay, which is her grandmother who lived with her for 25 years. And Kyle's like, who's Nanny Kay? And the look on Lisa Vanderpump's face was like, and then Erica chimes in and says, that's her grandmother that lived with her for 25 years. And you lost a restaurant during that earthquake, right? The one at the Sherman Oaks Fashion Square. She was like, well, shit. You know, I mean, it was pretty impressive. Like, she's like, and Eric's like, and Erica says, and this is the shady part, and I don't think she even meant it to be shady, but she was like, I listen when people talk. I was dying. That is too funny. That was hilarious. I was like, oh, okay. But afterwards, she was like, you know, don't get mad at Kyle, you know, for not remembering Nanny Kay or whatever. But it was pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. That was hilarious. And, you know, we saw that Dorit is an idiot. Not necessarily an idiot, but she got sick on the airplane. And the reason why she got sick on the airplane is because she took too much medication with some booze. And then she got sick. It's like, so when I puked yesterday because I was hungover, I didn't think that oh my God, I've got the flu, you know. I was like, yeah, I had a little too much. I partied a little hard last night. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I cause and effect. But anyways. So they're all in Berlin now, except for Camille. God damn it. I love me some Camille. I really wish Camille would have been able to go. She had another commitment, so she couldn't go. I really would have liked to have seen her on this trip. And Erica and Teddy seem to be getting along, and Erica has actually gone and made a gesture to Teddy saying, hey, there's a town where you can ride a horse through the town, and I'm going to book that activity for us. And she was like, I would love that. So that's a good sign. Teddy and Dorit are still a little bit icy, but, and Lisa Vanderpump had her, Road to Yulin, movie screen, and she was like, I'm warning you girls, it's going to be really tough to watch a lot of it, and there was some graphic imagery, so but it's necessary. So it was really cool. I thought that was really super cool of Lisa and Ken, and I'm really proud of both of them for making that movie. And it just solidifies the fact that I really want Lisa Vanderpump to narrate my autobiography. I want my life story told through the lips of Lisa Vanderpump. That would make my life. I would love every second of it. So finally, there was this, I don't necessarily think that it was as big of a deal as Lisa Rinna thought it was, but Lisa Vanderpump had made a comment that, she misses the old Rinna sometimes. And, Lisa's like, because she feels like Lisa Rinna's a little bit disengaged. Now, as a viewer of the show, I can tell you that I felt the same way this season. I felt like she's purposefully not taking part in anyone else's bullshit because she doesn't want to get caught up in it like she did with Kim Richards, right? And I gotta give Bravo credit because they totally made lemons into lemonade with that whole bunny thing. Because now that bunny is like the highlight of the clubhouse. And kudos to you, Andy Cohen. That was really smart. Okay, so she made this comment that, Lisa Rinna seems like she's a little bit disengaged. And next thing you know, Lisa, and this is just like when I do my recaps of Drag Race, and I'm like, you got to get out of your own head. This was the same thing. She started to get in her head, and she's like, what does she mean by that? Does she mean that I'm not as easily manipulated as I was before? Does she mean that I am quiet? What is she trying to say? And it's like, okay, girl, is that British shade? Now, you know what? On the one hand, I actually give her credit because she is taking into account cultural differences. But on the other hand, it's like, girl, it was just a comment, And instead of leaping to all these conclusions in her head, she should have just asked the other girls, do you all feel like I've been disengaged with you? And then let them speak. Maybe they'll say, well, you just haven't been around that much, or, we haven't got to spend as much time as we have in the past. Those would all be legitimate concerns, but I just think it's with the two Lisas. They just butt heads all the time. It's crazy. Anyways, thank you so much for logging on today and for listening to me prattle on and on about this Spirit of Aloha show. It's a good show, don't get me wrong. And if you should see it, you should see it once. You know what I mean? Maybe even twice, but I don't think that it's like a must-do on your trip to Orlando. You know what I mean? Unless you're staying here at the Polynesian Cultural Center. If you're staying... that was a Freudian slip. If you're staying here at the Polynesian Resort, you should most likely see the show at least once because it is cool and it is worth it. And the drinks and the coconuts are fucking cool too, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm really excited because I actually got some home furnishings for my new apartment. I'm so excited. Anyways, please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. You can hashtag RHOBH or Real Housewife Shit to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Or you can also hashtag Bold and Beautiful, which I am doing next, I promise. And you can hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel and give me a thumbs up for this video. And while you're there, look around and look for my Storytime with Angel Benton series. I've got 2 episodes up. Episode 3 will be in Japanese in June. And Episode 4 will be in English in August. So, anyways, thank you for logging on today. Have a great day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.